where's Manny? Tell him the ice cream man is here. Can we get down to business?
What's going on, everyone? The Bad Habits here, aka TBH. Welcome to the shit show. I mean, white chicks. I gotta be real, y'all. I love bad movies. You know I do. Peep the set. I'm joined by the likes of, Spy Kids, and Catwoman, the original Mario movie. I got some of my best ones on display here. Jingle All the Way, The Pest, The Bubble. Best believe, White Chicks is a bad movie. It is not one that I enjoy watching, though. Some of you may be saying, why are you wearing the Mrs. Doubtfire outfit? Well, you know what? No one else watched that video as well, so you know what we're doing? Running that shit back. I paid good money for this motherfucker. Best believe we're gonna utilize it.
Move, bitch!
Alright, let's read this very short synopsis via Wikipedia. In the film, two FBI agents go undercover as women by using whiteface to protect two hotel heiresses from a kidnapping plot targeting socialites. What happens when two fumbling FBI agents disguise themselves as mega rich princesses to infiltrate high society? Woohoo! Snap! It's frantic antics and non-stop hilarity as the brothers go from hopless G-men, forgive me if I'm fucking this up, it's H-A-U-T-E, haute couture G-strings with attitude. And also we're reviewing the unrated and uncut version, which is it's the only watchable version, and that's not saying much, okay? If it doesn't have the dildo scene, what are we doing? I'm getting stressed out, y'all. I don't want to do this. I don't want to dedicate this much of myself to fucking white chicks, y'all. Honestly, I feel like I'm about to have one of those nervous breakdowns. Just like Sir Ian McKellen did on the set of The Hobbit when he was playing Gandalf. Played some footage. Yeah, I can't do this, y'all. Welcome back to the shit show where, all of that was planned out as part of the skit, None of that was real, Also, I'm undercover, and I'm totally not using this eye patch to block out this film. Not at all. Don't worry about it. Honestly, this review, it might get me canceled. I don't know what the public's perception on this movie is, but fuck it, man. This movie deserves to be torn a fucking part. And I'm a huge fan of the Wayans family, so this one really hurts. Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. It's one of the all-time classics. And sure, this is the shit show, but let me pay some respects here because what they had to do as far as like the makeup, prosthetics, all that, the fact that it took so much time and dedication to get up really early, stay up late. It sounds like it was just a literal shit show for them, but I gotta respect the dedication, y'all. Let's give some points where it's due. They're not gonna get many more of those.
You want to talk about it's mother time. Okay, your mother's so dumb she went to Dr. Dre for a pap smear. Oh, something's wrong, Dr. Dre. Why couldn't you doing a beatbox?
And dare I say, y'all, honestly, this film's opening, it's racist as all hell.
You got the money?
It's goddamn burned into my brain, honestly. Oh, you got a bunch of bad accents, some bad wigs, some overacting, especially due to Marlon Wayans. So these two are clearly undercover, and it looks like they're setting up a drug deal. This dude, this terrible forced Russian accent comes in. It's over exaggerated as all hell, you know, and these, honestly, everyone involved are fucking morons. It turns out these people aren't drug dealers. They're actual ice cream vendors who just apparently would just accept a briefcase full of cash.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby!
Bring the stuff!
Bring the stuff!
Like, you wouldn't sign a fucking invoice, or you don't smell a setup, whatever. It's clearly there just to set up that Kevin and Marcus, played by Sean and Marlon Wayans, you know, these two, they're the laughing stock of the agency, and you know, they literally just put on shit detail. So they fuck up early on, and to quote them, they want to get back in the Chiefs' good graces, and they have to babysit two of the most obnoxious women I've ever seen or heard in my life.
Hi, I'm Kevin Copeland.
We already gave to the United Negro Fund. Yeah.
What?
They're known as the Wilsons, and oh man, once again, I need a moment. You know, for a movie called White Chicks, there's not a lot of good female characters in this film. Actually, there's not a lot of good characters at all. But you know what? Just for the sake of it, let's dedicate some time to the women, okay? Marcus, played by Marlon Wayans, has a wife. She's a fucking dick. She's the most insecure piece of shit, and honestly just irredeemable. Also, the three sidekick characters. I know Jennifer Carpenter plays one of them. They're not great as well. What are we doing here? Even Jennifer Carpenter, who is a great actor, by the way, you know, she's great. It's at one point where she has this nervous breakdown. Notice how I didn't say the character, because, you know, I'm thinking it's just her. I could be wrong. But, you know, honestly, there's a scene in there where she had me laughing. You know, I chuckled. I was like, okay, I see where they're going with this. It's a little too loud. And then it's a little too long. And then it's like, okay, what are we doing, y'all? Cut that. But the main thing is this film, you know, since the undercover agents are pretending to be the Wilsons, yeah, these two bumbling morons have this, you know, wacky car scene full of hijinks. Ooh!
Oh my God! Your lip! Oh my God, your nose!
Marcus, are you okay? I'm cool.
They're just so despicable. Every time they popped up on the screen, which gladly isn't often, I was just like, wrap it up. Get back to Terry Crews or some shit.
Watch those marshmallows. Ease on him. I won't bite.
And I know comedy is subjective, but when you say shit like that, refer to this scene right here. Oh yeah, you want to laugh? Here you go. Let's get into it. The whole movie is this. Boy, you white people sure are corny, you know, and then it turns out they're sort of breaking these barriers, you know, building bridges in between races and genders. This movie has some positives to it, but it has a terrible approach. That's what it is. You know, this is like full of sexual harassment humor, and you know, do you remember when that shit was funny? No, you don't. All right. Okay, you know what? I've been shitting on this film for a few minutes now. Let me think of a pro here.
2 hours later.
Okay, you know what? Okay, you know what? Even though that these two look nothing like the actual Wilson Sills. Okay, you know what? Even though Sean and Marlon Wayans, they look nothing like the two Wilson sisters when they're in makeup, I appreciate that they at least work it in the script. You know, they mention, getting their knees done or collagen. This movie takes place in the Hamptons where plastic surgery is very normal. No one's a stranger to plastic surgery up there. You know what I mean, goddammit. Also, you know what? I hate toilet humor. And, best believe this one is loaded with toilet humor. They set up early on that Marlon Wayans' character is lactose intolerant, so at one point ends up eating some quiche. It literally leads to a shitty scene, but you know what? I'm gonna give it some credit. I laughed my ass off when Marlon ran through that woman.
Move, bitch!
I know I shouldn't laugh at this. It's terrible, it's rude, but you know what? It got me. And then the rest of the scene happened and completely ruined that. After that human shit, we get the introduction of the MVP of this film, Terry Crews, okay? Man, do a spinoff with him. He's literally a one-man show in this. He's got all the best lines. Easy there, white chocolate. I wouldn't want you to melt. His rendition of 1,000 Miles, everyone knows that scene, and it's goddamn iconic. I'd laugh my ass off to this day. So, you know what? I'm gonna give it some serious credit. Thank you, Terry Crews. Thank you. And then you get shit like the infamous "so nobody's around" scene. I know you white people, this happens a lot. I know how it is, but this sets a horrible precedent. I mentioned Terry Crews is singing and how that saves the film. I forgot to mention that song is actually set up early on. So we get 5 girls in one car. That song comes up, and of course the entourage, they know it, they love it. And the joke is, these two hood black guys, they wouldn't know this song, Okay, I laughed a little bit, y'all. They changed that song, and then they go to this. And then you get this.
I can't believe that you just said that.
So what?
The N-word?
So? Nobody's around? Yeah.
Hey, we're building bridges, y'all. We are linking the genders and the races all together. And that's where you get the infamous dildo scene. I actually forgot about this scene. Growing up, we didn't have the unrated version. So I remember being in school, in class, and people would talk about this movie way back when. They would talk about shit. I'm like, that's not in the movie. Lo and behold, there's a whole other version. And like I said, that is the only semi-watchable version. We're only doing the unrated cut. But I actually enjoyed the fact that they really went for it in that scene, especially during this time where, being gay or, a man with a dick in his hand. Funny as it is to say that, apparently that was just like the worst shit back in the day. And that's coming from me who was 10 at the time this film came out. The F word and shit like that, I used to say horrible shit to my friends and all that. Lo and behold, 20 years later, I've got a boyfriend. My life is awesome now. I couldn't imagine 10-year-old me processing that back in the day. See this shit? Comedy, y'all. About midway through the film, the film reintroduces Marcus's wife. Yeah, because we need more of her for some fucking reason. Apparently Marcus is using their fucking credit card, and it gets flagged because he's using it in the Hamptons. Goddamn moron. So her and her ghetto-ass friend decide to investigate and figure out what's going on. Long story short, she assumes Marcus is cheating. She runs into Marcus and Kevin while Kevin is undercover. And then he tries to explain the situation in the most horrible way. Like, that's not it.
Now, baby, I can explain.
I knew it.
I know, but baby, it's not what you think. Baby, it's not what you think. He's a man.
You're sick!
You wouldn't say that. Fucking son of a bitch. Okay, I'm back. Another con. I really hate the racism toward Terry Crews in this one. He constantly get referred to as King Kong, you know, monkey, gorilla. It's like, what are y'all doing? Y'all are really just reinforcing that stereotype. I'm shocked they didn't make a Planet of the Apes reference at this point. Yet, Terry Crews still carries this goddamn movie. You know, minus the fart jokes, the dinner scene between Marlon Wayans and Terry Crews, that's still pretty iconic.
I'm coming.
Ooh, I did forget to mention, Sean Wayans, who plays Kevin, he ends up getting a love interest. Marcus has the wife, Kevin's the, cool bachelor. So he ends up linking up with this reporter named Denise. I remember she was in this Tyler Perry film a couple years later. And I wonder what happened to her, because I used to have this huge crush on her. Gorgeous. But she is a terrible person. She is just a gold digger. Let's just put it that way. At least at first I thought she was a good reporter. The further the movie went on and, the further her and Kevin got acquainted, she just can't spot red flags when they're right in front of her. And it's just like, use your instincts, girl. For example, Kevin assumes the identity of Terry Crews, who I haven't mentioned, but he's a famous basketball player, okay? He can't walk into a room without being noticed. But, it's fair. Maybe she doesn't know who that is. Fine. That is okay. You can't know every player in the league. But they take it a step further. So, they end up going to Terry Crews' house. And he just fucks up everything. Yeah, sadly, there's just not much going on with her. But people, listen, if you don't think I laughed my ass off when the attack dog spawned out of nowhere, okay. So, you know what? At this point, you might be asking yourself, TBH, what else can this movie offer? We've covered this, we covered that. What else are we missing? Do you know? You want to take a guess? A dance-off scene. Yep, okay. Oh my god. I'm gonna lose my shit again.
You girls want some of this? Bring it on, sisters!
I want to say Terry Crews does come in to save a bit of that scene, but make it stop, y'all. It's not enough. Oh yeah, I forgot. They're supposed to be undercover, right? So let me talk about the investigation for a little bit here. We've got caught up in all the hijinks and all the fun that I've been clearly having during this review. We got caught up in all that. Let's focus on the job here. So it turns out the Vandergelts, who, yes, those from the dancing, those two right there, their father is involved in this huge embezzlement scheme. The issue with that is that the critical information is just given to our main characters. These two cops undercover just happen to be within earshot of this very important detail that could blow open this case. There's just no effort, and it's just so lazily put in there. We could have just lost that plot line. Remember the Wilsons, the real Wilsons? Yeah, I wish I could forget too, but they're still in this film. It's not enough to be rude, but they gotta be stupid too. They end up making the headlines in the paper. Unfortunately, they realize a little too late that it's not actually them in the photo and the headline.
Wait, we were in the Hamptons this weekend.
Oh no! We've been clowned!
So that's their wake-up call to, join the film. And this is all leading up to the third act, where it takes place at a fashion show called the White Party. Yeah, I know. I'm getting exhausted at this point, y'all. I know. People, I'm fucking trying. The covers are blown and the truth comes out. People get shot. Denise and Kevin get back together. Marcus mends things with his wife, which, why would you do it? Fuck it, man. It's been 20 years. Do a sequel, y'all. I'm broken. I don't know. It's just, make it in today's climate and just go for it. I don't care. Happy Pride Month.
2 hours later.
Okay.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Okay. All right. Let me get straight to the rating now. This has been dragging on way too long for me. Since this is the shit show, we have 2 rating scales. On our normal rating scale, I'm gonna give this a rating of waste of damn time. Yes, it almost got the lowest rating possible, but it didn't, because there's a few things that really made me laugh and things I just can't take out of, and things that I just can't remove from memory. So you know what, for that, it gets the second lowest rating. On the fuckery scale, it's getting lowbrow. I don't want to redo this. I don't want to revisit this one for a long time, y'all. Maybe for the 30th anniversary, where I feel completely different. I don't know. But as of right now, I hate this film. I really do. I really do. And I don't recommend you watch it. Thank you. If you made it this far, you're a goddamn real one. And with that, I need to sign out, y'all. I've been the Bad Habits, aka TBH, and I'm signing out, y'all. Deuces.